Why do we seek out fear? The psychology behind thrills. Have you ever wondered why people willingly watch horror movies, walk through haunted houses, or binge true crime stories? Fear is supposed to be an unpleasant emotion, so why do so many of us actively seek it out? The answer lies deep in human psychology, and it all comes down to how our brain processes fear. Fear is one of our most primal emotions. It evolved to protect us from danger, triggering the fight-or-flight response when we sense a threat. This response is controlled by the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear. The moment we perceive something as scary, whether it's a shadow in a dark alley or a jump scare in a movie, our amygdala reacts instantly, flooding our body with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Our heart pounds, our muscles tense up, and our senses sharpen. This prepares us to either fight the threat or run away from it. But when we experience fear in a controlled environment, something interesting happens. Our brain recognizes that the danger isn't real, even though our body reacts as if it is. As the initial shock fades, the brain releases dopamine, the same chemical responsible for pleasure and reward. This explains why people often laugh after a jump scare or feel an adrenaline rush after watching a horror film. It's not just about fear, it's about the thrill that comes with it. This reaction is known as the excitation transfer theory. When our body is in a heightened state of arousal, the leftover energy enhances our emotions. Fear can quickly turn into excitement, making us feel even more alive and engaged. That's why some people enjoy haunted houses or roller coasters. They're a safe way to experience intense emotions without actual danger. True crime stories trigger a slightly different psychological response. Unlike horror movies, which focus on fictional fear, true crime taps into our survival instincts. Humans are naturally drawn to stories about danger because they help us understand threats and how to avoid them. Listening to real-life crime cases can feel like a form of preparation, giving us insight into human behavior and warning signs of potential danger. Not everyone enjoys fear in the same way, though. Some people crave it, while others avoid it completely. This comes down to individual differences in brain chemistry and personality. Those with higher dopamine levels often seek out thrilling experiences, while people with higher anxiety levels are more likely to feel overwhelmed by fear and avoid it altogether. Sensation seekers, people who enjoy extreme sports, fast rides, or horror films, tend to have a brain that thrives on intense experiences. At its core, fear is a paradox. It warns us of danger, yet in the right setting, it becomes a source of excitement. Whether it's the eerie tension of a horror film, the adrenaline of a haunted house, or the gripping suspense of a true crime story, fear plays with our emotions in ways we don't always understand. And for those who love the thrill, it's not just about being scared, it's about feeling something powerful. Do you love the rush of fear, or do you avoid it at all costs? Let us know in the comments.